Hello and welcome to my very first voyage into the weird world of ASMR. And if you have never encountered an ASMR video before and you're like, bitch, what the fuck are we all whispering for? The idea is you have to put in your headphones and then it sounds like it's right in your ears. And it's quite creepy at first, and then it gets very relaxing. But yes, I wanted to try this because you guys have gotten me absolutely obsessed with ASMR. About a year and a half ago, I hadn't even heard of it, and you kept mentioning it, and then I checked it out, and at first I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. But then I got addicted, and now I listen to it every night in bed, and as a lifelong insomniac, it has absolutely revolutionized going to bed for me, and it's amazing. But I wanted to give it a try myself because in this video I want to play with some sounds because I have some sounds I want to play with. But the main thing I want to do in this video is read you a long, slightly spooky Halloween poem. Because my one disappointment with ASMR on YouTube is the bedtime stories. That if I want an ASMR bedtime story, I don't really want to go and listen to an audiobook. I like it read in ASMR. I like to listen to it in ASMR. However, everything I seem to find is either role plays, which I just find weird. I'm sorry, I don't like role plays. And then all the readings are basically a bit candy ass. There's a lot of fairy stories and children's stories, and I don't want that. I want adult stories that are ideally somewhat dark, not like horror. I don't want horror ASMR to go to bed with, but I just want some dark kind of bedtime reading, and I can't really find any. So I thought, hey, let's try to fucking create some. So in this video, I'm going to read you one of my own poems. But if this is not a complete disaster and I make more, I want to read you some of my favourite poetry by other people, and it's also been requested that I read some Edgar Allan Poe, and so that will be quite fun. But let's start with some sounds. So yes, the other thing that kind of kicked me off wanting to give ASMR a try was my dragon scale gloves, which these are being given away on my Patreon. At the moment, you do not have to be a patron to join in, so I will leave all the details of that below. But as well as looking very, very shiny, they make a variety of cool sounds. That's quite cool. And I also have a longer one. This is a glove I am knitting for myself at a with my hair. but being so long, it makes really cool sounds. So yes, if this is not a horrible failure of a video, when I finally finish this pair, I think these will be very, very fun for ASMR videos.
Oh, pretty.
But some of the other things I wanted to play with, when I was sitting here with my earphones in, plugged into the microphone, and it's a weird experience actually. All the sounds are so magnified. I mean, you know, like this, like you don't normally hear this like acuity of sound, and actually when you take the earphones out you kind of feel like you've gone deaf because you don't hear everything anymore. But anyway, I was sitting here getting ready to do this, and I discovered that Perfumes make a variety of very, very cool sounds. Because I always wear perfume when I'm making YouTube videos. I am totally ready for the smell-o-vision trend to come along. But no, it feels like socializing to me in my sad little life. Making YouTube videos, it feels like going out and socializing, and I'm all dressed up. So I have to wear perfume too, but this perfume is particularly apt for this video since it is called The Ghost Story, and the lid particularly makes very cool sounds. I quite like lid sounds. It is weird. Like, I had never even experienced ASMR stuff like in the wild, in life. So to hear all these videos where people are like, oh, I love the sound of lids. Initially I was like, you people are so weird, but through a microphone, it's true. They make such cool noises, but obviously it's the spraying sound that is the really cool thing. But yes, this perfume, it smells literally like reading ghost stories at night. It smells like beeswax candles and old parchment and a bit of candle smoke, and absolutely love this perfume. It's really, really cozy and candly, and it smells like you've got hundreds of candles lit and kind of, you know, I mean, I have kind of Asperger heightened smell sense, so I can smell candles pretty much the minute I walk in the room, whether or not they're beeswax. I can just smell. There's a smell that candles give off, and like as soon as you light them, you can smell the fact that they're burning, and this, it captures that. It's very cool. And anyway, another sound I have discovered that is very cool is my bag of runes. Nice velvety pouch, but also the pebble sounds. satisfying. You know, it's really weird. I mean, this is literally the 4th time I have tried to make this video because, oh bitch, getting the levels right on ASMR is so difficult that this is actually attempt number 4, and I thought this is going to drive me mad. I so don't want to do this again. But actually, once you start doing it, it's fun because, like, before I started trying to do ASMR, I always thought, don't ASMR people get really, really bored? Because they're just like sitting in the dark, rustling bags and things for sometimes like an hour and a half straight or more. And you think, don't they get bored? And I don't think you do, because like doing it is every bit as meditative and relaxing as listening to it. But yes, another cool sound, this beeswax hand balm. This makes a wonderful sound like creatures scampering in the shadows. I would really like to get a binaural microphone at some point so I can give you the full surround sound experience, because that's what really makes it. Because yes, I am definitely intrigued by the idea of horror ASMR. That yes, ASMR does have the potential for being really quite creepy as well, and it happens by accident sometimes. I think anyone who's listened to a lot of ASMR has probably experienced this, you know, where it's all very, very soothing, and then suddenly there's like an accidental clunk from one side or the other, and because it's surround sound, it literally sounds like someone is at the side of your bed coming to get you, and you shit a brick every time. And so it does make me think, I'm a writer, I write dark things. There are some creepy places in my house that have some quite creepy backstories, and I might have a go at some horror ASMR at some point. But yes, the story coming up is not going to make you shit your pants. It's just a bit dark and gothy, so don't worry if you intend to go to sleep during this video, because frankly, as far as I am concerned, the entire purpose of ASMR is to go the fuck to sleep. So finally, the final sound I want to make before I shut the fuck up and start reading that sentence made no sense. The final sound is this hairbrush. I am not going to brush my hair because I hardly have any, but the hairbrush itself makes a noise that reminds me of purring cats. Okay, right, I think I am done dicking around with all my random shit. So, here comes the poem. Okay, I think I am ready. So, yes, this is a poem by me. And the really fucked up thing is that I actually wrote it last Halloween, and I intended to do this, to try ASMR all winter, and somehow it never happened. And Here we are, it's nearly Halloween again. We are in my new spooky fake lair, and here comes the Halloween poem. So it is called You Dreamed of Forever, and it is rather long, so feel free to go the fuck to sleep. Ice winds howl through barren trees, snowflakes catching like frozen pearls in the wind-whipped strands of her silver hair. Yet no breath fogs its warm white ghosts in the crystalline chill of this midnight air. Those snowflakes linger, never melting, as they fall to brush her white rose lips. In a kiss of ice on ice they settle, then dance away as the cold wind whips. Her boot heels ring a lonely tune beneath desolate branches furred with frost. She wanders on beneath black skies. She wanders on, she is not lost. The stars shine out like frozen beacons in a deepening void of whirling sky. The world is frosted, glitter silent. Do I live or did I die? She glides, never stopping, through these wide winter lanes, till the sepia glow of suburban streetlights fogs the night with tangerine desolation, over hills spilling down to the distant glitter of human worlds, strange new cities that thrum unheard, and in them she finds the memory of words, the cobweb strands of something else, a time perhaps when once she felt a flux of life within her chest, a heart that beat within her breast, but its memory only sharpens this sense of emptiness. You do not sleep, but it would seem that sometimes you begin to dream, or remember the warmth of a bed, the softness of caressing flesh, and hot against your full pink lips, a thing that once was called a kiss. No blood was spilled, no harm was done, but it seemed in dreams that it was fun. Her boot heels ring their rhythm. She finds safety in its sound. It echoes like a mantra through the brittle core of her strange forever. If she keeps to that even, clocking cadence, it becomes a self-made pulse. With each insistent blow, sweet mortal thud of time's impatience, a warm heartbeat known long ago. But should she stop to stand a while, the night swells its silence. It grows, a howling void, this devouring nothing beneath dead stars, a gasp for desperate meaning, somewhere in the silence of this fate. For there is no calming flux of breath, no sign of life, no ward against death. She stands an icy statue in the silence of the night. Puddles glint their starlight in the ditches of the road. Weaving tendrils, twining branches, clutch the violet sky. Tree roots groan, bleached monochrome, as dead men's fingers clawing earth. A white gold leaf transcends its summertime, twirls slowly to the icy road, and the moon tonight, it watches through those trees, knotted and webbed with barren black branches, as viewed through twisted prison gates, hanging low and harvest gold, a moon of secrets, things untold. And if she does not move now to scrape a shoe upon the ground, to scratch her head or force a cough or any other human sound, and all of them so strange, so artificial to her now, the silence seems to blare from within her frozen heart. Then if a rat or a vole or a softly hooting owl fails to prove to her that something lives on now, in this moonlit stretch of emptiness, she can't remember in her fear, does screaming sound the same as this? Does the world turn at all without the striking of her heels, the rustle of her tattered skirt, those tiny sounds that prove to her, I'm still here and I'm still me, until the earth ceases to be. She walks and never stops. Her heels beat time like ceaseless clocks. For when no watch ticks down your moments, and no heartbeat keeps the time, like a conductor of experience, a voice of constant reassurance, when nothing remains of you but ice and will and hungry eyes, the nights blur into one, where in darkness all shall pass, and nothing will. Men break against her teeth. In the silent screams of rolling eyes, she sees the same enraged surprise, that I was never meant to die, all the others, but never I. Some are pretty, some she keeps, a lock of hair, a pouch of teeth, and like a snowflake, each unique, or close enough at least. But when you've seen so many faces, the patterns repeat, until you make a game of killing to wrestle sense from all of this, the howling void of empty skies, of silent birds, of whispering leaves, the pressing blindness of the trees. And if his eyes are blue as a forgotten summer sky, and memories tumble like hot coals through the tissues of your mind, is it not a waste to let him die without pretending for a time that he is someone else? For there will be 1,000 nights to come as your blackened sea roils unto its black horizon. So take them when they come. Ruby droplets blossom in a white blanket of frost. Scarlet splashes sizzle, crimson flowers for the lost. She takes a breath of ice and death as the world begins to whirl, then lowers her lips to the heated flood and drinks in all she knows of love. These moments brush eternity like diamonds scattered wild across burned out fields of barren earth, to spark but for an instant. Such butterfly brief creatures, these wandering fragile men, whose blood flows like fire now through her knotted veins. In the close pressed scent of musky skin, they remind her still of the days when she saw sunlight, drew calming breath, and dined on bread when sunlight wreathed gold in the hairs upon her head. left freckles on a skin so warm, a heartbeat applauding every move, and no, don't think on it too long, not longer than it takes for his flesh to cool, his eyes to glaze, in the sodden ditch by the road, in the biting cold beneath the stars, his blue eyes cease to smile. So move on now, keep walking through the night, and the clicking of your boots will be the cold and hardened pulse of this endless death in frozen flesh, this lonesome death in life. And we are done. So I guess I will pretty much shut up and fuck away now, in case I've actually sent anybody to sleep. But before I go, since I have just been reading one of my own little scribblings, I do have to briefly pimp my book, The Putrescent Vein, which came out about 1.5 years ago. And I will leave all the details below should you wish to buy a copy. And yes, these gloves, which make so many wonderful sounds, can be found in frequent ongoing giveaways on my Patreon, which, yes, I will link below. And yes, let us hope that this is 4th time lucky and I don't have to try and re-record this yet again, or potentially just go, you know what, this is never going to work, burn it in a bin. But yes, if this does work out, there will be more readings of things by me, things by other people. And if you have any suggestions of things you would like me to read, or sound effects you think might be fun, tell me things below. And I'm going to fuck away now. Bye bye.